What's up guys, my name is Ace, and today we're going to be taking a deep look at the JAK Wardens Kit for the Lockwood Mk2 in Modern Warfare 3, and this is a kit that converts the Lockwood Mk2 into a shotgun, and then it's also Akimbo, so you get one in each hand. So this is kind of a throwback to the Akimbo 1887s back in the original Modern Warfare 2, and those were a big problem. And this breakdown is going to be quite quick and straightforward, simply because there's not really much to say about this, and we're extremely limited on our attachment selection when we use this kit. So there's really only one or two optimal ways to use this, in my opinion at least. But let's just dive right into the stats of this, and we're going to start this off with our rate of fire. If we look at the advanced stats in game, our rate of fire is stated at 120 rounds per minute, but just like with all of the bolt action and lever action guns in this game, this is just not accurate to what you actually experience while you're playing. In reality, you'll be able to fire each gun at 91 rounds per minute. Although, you've got two of these guns that you can fire simultaneously if you'd like, so technically you could double that value, but that's where we're sitting at for rate of fire. Then for another somewhat important stat, let's have a look at our movement speeds. And our base movement speed is bang on average for shotguns in this game at 4.9 meters per second, whereas our sprint speed is 5.7 meters per second, and that's actually faster than all of the Modern Warfare 3 shotguns. And normally we'd look at our aim down sight movement speed, but that's not relevant for this since you can't aim down sight. Next up, a really important stat with this that makes this stand out way above the Modern Warfare 3 shotguns. This is our sprint to fire time. Our standard sprint out time is just 35 milliseconds, which is ridiculously fast for a shotgun in this game. The average sprint out time for the Modern Warfare 3 shotguns is 224 milliseconds. And then also, I just wanted to talk about our reload add time a little bit, which is 1.94 seconds. And it turns out this is consistent whether you fired 1 shot or 5 shots in your gun. It doesn't matter. It's going to take the same amount of time at 1.94 seconds. And with that out of the way, let's get into the really important stats. And this is our range and shots to kill potential. And it turns out with the base Wardens, if we're tightening up our hipfire spread with attachments, which you should definitely be doing, our maximum hit potential by default is 29 meters, and it turns out that's also our 2-shot kill potential. And technically speaking, a 2-shot kill potential with this gun is just like a 1-shot kill potential if you're firing both guns at the same time. So that's pretty crazy. If you're using the right attachments and you're within 29 meters, all you have to do is center on the target, pull both triggers at the same time, and you've got yourself effectively a 1-shot kill. In saying that though, if you want an actual 1-shot kill where only one of the guns needs to be fired, this is 4.6 meters with the default JAK Warden, but typically you just want to fire both guns at once. Next, let's get into some of the ammo types, and with the Slug, it turns out this gun has an infinite 1-shot kill potential as long as it hits the head. I managed to test this even beyond 100 meters, and there's a lot of bullet drop with this, but if you can land it on the head, even at 100 meters, it will be a 1-shot kill. However, the big downside to this is it's never even going to be a 2-shot kill to the body. Even at point blank range, it's going to take you 3 shots to kill, and therefore even firing both guns at once while touching your target, if it's not on the head, you're not getting a kill with that, and you're going to have to fire another shot. So definitely a super high risk, high reward with the Slug, and honestly, I just wouldn't recommend this at all, unless you're really trying for some crazy trick shot or something. After that, we've got the Incendiary ammo type, and with this one, it significantly reduces our ranges, and it turns it into a 3-shot kill in the longer ranges as well. So, as we can see here, our maximum hit potential is 20.5 meters, which is very noticeably worse than just using the base ammo. Also, at that range, it's going to be a 3-shot kill rather than a 2-shot kill, and our 2-shot kill potential is only extending out to 11 meters. Additionally, our 1-shot kill potential, where we only have to fire 1 gun, this is 3.3 meters, which is worse than the base. And as a result, this is just worse in every single way compared to the base ammo type, and therefore there is no reason to ever use the incendiary ammo on this. And then finally for our ammo types, we have the ball ammo, and with this one, it's quite interesting. It appears we have an infinite hit potential, just like with the Slug, and that one surprised me a little bit. And that might seem a little crazy, but it's going to be a 3-shot kill at these really long ranges, and 3 shots to kill isn't super viable with these guns in my experience. And our 2-shot kill potential is only 6.3 meters, which is even worse than the incendiary ammo. And on top of this, there is no 1-shot kill potential at all with the ball ammo. So in general, I would just say this is probably not worth running as well. Sure, you might be able to get some interesting kills at like really extreme ranges with this, but unfortunately, in my opinion at least, the trade-off for that is way too strong, and I'd much rather have a consistent 2-shot kill out to 29 meters with the base ammo type, even if it means I can't even hit a target beyond 29 meters. So at the end of all that testing, it seems pretty obvious to me that you're best off not using one of the ammo types. The base ammo is definitely the way to go if you're looking for peak performance and not just some funny kills here or there. And with that, we can get into what I consider to be the best ways to run the Lockwood Mk2. And like I said earlier, we're extremely restricted here. Not only do we have a bunch of locked attachments, we can't use a barrel, an underbarrel, a guard, a lever, a comb, or a stock. On top of that, optics are entirely useless on this. I've also determined the ammo types are probably not worth running if you're going for peak performance, and that just leaves us with a muzzle and a laser. And for me, ideally, I just want to get the tightest spread possible, so I like using the Crownbreaker choke combined with the Verdant Hook laser, because this laser is only visible when aiming down sight, and we can never aim down sight with this, so it's not a visible laser. And with the combination of these attachments, our minimum hipfire spread is literally 0, which means all of our pellets go into the same hole, and that leads to a lot of consistency. Now, it is worth noting, with any movement, we will have a little bit of spread. Even if you don't see a reticle spread out at all, you can see that there is actually a slight amount of pellet spread with that, but this is extremely minimal, and within the effective range of this gun, it won't matter all that much unless you're sliding. Sliding will definitely widen that to the point where it could mess you up a little bit. But honestly, right there is my preferred method of running the Lockwood Mk2. However, I wanted to offer an alternative. Maybe you want to go suppressed. And in that case, you can swap that Crownbreaker choke for the SH-Wagon DX muzzle. And this will keep you off the radar, but it comes at the cost of, first off, not getting that literal 0 spread when standing still. It'll be a very tight spread, but it's not 0. And then on top of that, we will be reducing our ranges a little bit, so it'll be slightly less effective in that case. But that is a trade-off you may want to make in order to stay off the radar and be stealthy. Outside of that, honestly, I wouldn't really recommend using any other attachment, unless you want to go for like the throwback Call of Duty Ghost challenge, the I have no idea what I'm doing challenge, where you use a nice big optic on there, even though it's doing nothing to help you, and it may actually get in your way and obstruct your vision a little bit. I know some people might want to do that just for fun. And again, like I said, as we were going through the ammo types, maybe you want to see if you can get a really extremely long-range headshot with a slug, for instance. If you want to go for something crazy like that, by all means, go for it, but just know you're probably not going to be playing optimally with any of the ammo types. And with that, that is going to wrap it up for today's video on the JAK Wardens Kit for the Lockwood Mk2. As for my thoughts on this kit, first off, I've got to say it's really cool to see something like this come to the game. I love the idea of having basically like the Akimbo 1887s from the past coming back. However, in saying that, I do think these are overtuned in their current state. The fact that you can get such a consistent 2-shot kill, which is effectively a 1-shot kill with this, out to 29 meters, is so much better than any other shotgun in this game. Like at least twice or 3 times as good as most of the shotguns in this game. And then on top of that, when you add in our ridiculous sprint out time at just 35 milliseconds, none of the other shotguns are even remotely close to being as good as this. And with the slightly slower time to kill of the regular guns in this game compared to many other Call of Duty games, it does make it quite a frustrating experience to be playing against this in core game modes. So I suspect we will be seeing a fairly considerable nerf at some point in the not too distant future. Personally, I hope they don't completely destroy these though. I would like them to be in a place where they're nice and competitive with the other shotguns and they're still fun to use. I just think right now in their current state, they're so far above the other shotguns that it is a problem. Now, of course, these are just my opinions, and I'd love to hear what you guys think about the JAK Wardens in those comments down below. Do you agree with me? Do you think these are just way too good in their current state and will likely need a nerf? Or do you think they're just fine as is? If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.